Greetings, humans.
I'm Andy.
And I'm George.
And this is Couscous.
And welcome back to the Windmill Full of Course.
Yeah, we know we're late.
We know. You guys did not miss a chance to remind us. So pretty much all of August we were away from our recording gear, and now we have a ton of music to catch up on. So we got to it when we got to it. And I think this video will be out around album release, because the new Lorna album is coming September 12th. And then they're also going on tour.
Yes.
With Whitechapel, Shadow of Intent, and Humanity's Last Breath in Europe,
Which
and
is an absolutely spanking lineup.
I don't remember the exact lineup for the US, but I think they've got Signs of the Swarm in the US. I'll have to fact check that, but hype. The first two singles were great. I enjoyed the second one much better. I thought they really played on the catchiness in a way that this genre doesn't, and on the uplifting vibes. And from what I've seen, this one should be like much darker and creepier. So, yeah. It's called Prison of Flesh. It's very relatable for me. I don't get along with my prison of flesh very well. He doesn't.
I really?
No. Okay, they are not okay.
Gloomy, dark, creepy ominousness.
Yeah. See, it's like you're smiling, but you're not smiling.
It's like horror movie smiles.
Gonna be the into the earth of this album.
What are you doing? You're pulling a xenomorph! Yeah, I was thinking the same thing! That's a lot of tomato sauce. What the fuck, bro? I knew it had to stop!
To therapy. That's where you go from here now. There was another sign exactly like that one at the beginning of the video, but I didn't get to read what it said. It said something about Rachel, remember that you are home. I don't know why Rachel. I don't know if that might be a self-plug from somebody in the band, if they know a Rachel or anybody that's been through like difficult or traumatic stuff that they're trying to like artistically portray through the very shocking imagery in this video.
I have a very accurate interpretation of the video.
Well, I'm glad that you do because I got nothing.
Well, you said it at the beginning. You're smiling, but you're not smiling.
Yeah.
So you have the big happy family portrait, but there's something ominous, right? And then you have it flashing almost like a contrast of normal world versus the upside down in Stranger Things. You have it flashing with the nighttime scene with the branches of the trees like spookily showing up, and then everyone looks decayed.
Yeah.
So it's like the image and what's on the background. On the outside and to the outside world, it's a big happy family, but you're actually living in This Is No Fairy Tale by Karakangren.
Yes. I'm glad you mentioned Karakangren though, because we recently reacted to their new single. I don't know if this one or that one will be the first reaction to go up.
It come out het graf.
It come out het graf. Yeah, it's called I Come Out of the Grave. And I think with Into the Earth from Lorna and with this one and with a lot of Karakangren stuff, I always I admire and I like both bands, but I always have to like get over the gore. I don't know if there are people who naturally like this sort of aesthetic. I don't. To me, it needs to make some to have some symbolic value or to make a story. And so far, I haven't been able to make it here outside of what you said.
Well, for me, it made perfect sense because like the contrasting is so cool.
Yeah.
Like you have that on the forefront and then you have the horror on the background. And I feel like it's very effectively suggesting that that's what it means. And the whole like the woman eating her husband sort of thing is like how you're devouring each other in a toxic dynamic where you're each other's prisoner.
Yeah.
And then it's prison of flesh. So like the child you're having is something neither of you actually wants, which is why the birth scene is a fucking violation of everything that's natural. And then the kid is probably that scene of the baby that's just pounding at the door because he's living in a hellhole and he wants out.
Yeah.
Because his parents never wanted him and now he's living in hell.
Yeah. And that thing with remember that you are home, or however it said at the beginning, that kind of twists it to say, okay, but what if home, the word for someone you might know, might mean something completely different than it does for you.
Or it might also be this thing of it's like when you've had enough and you're suffering and you want to get out, you get this response of like, but you're home, the people around you love you, you should be happy, you should feel like the image of the big happy family, while on the background you have the spooky horrorscape.
Yeah.
So that's my interpretation of the whole thing.
Yeah, so it could be dealing with like heavy traumas and abuse and stuff like that.
Yeah.
It could also just be something Conjuring style about some demonic possession that's got this family all trapped in their prison of flesh or something.
Yeah.
So there's different ways you can look at it. With regards to the whole familial dysfunction way to interpret it, I do think for most families, that's probably not the case. It's not that we shouldn't talk about this stuff. We should, but I do feel like I don't remember where I was going with this. I think what I'm burnt out on this sort of stories because there's so many of them. I like hearing hopeful stories instead. So I like that Lorna Shore have what it takes to do this and then to do Unbreakable, right? And they have what it takes to do Pain Remains and then to do Unbreakable. Or I felt like there's some uplifting element even to And I Return to Nothingness.
Let me tap in a bit. I think what you're trying to get at is that the message of this isn't family bad.
Yeah.
Well, that's not where I was getting at.
So,
but there are also those families where,
yeah.
Well, I actually think if that's what your family looks like, that's not a family. That's a prison, hence the title.
Can we talk music?
Yes.
Black metal.
Yeah, I thought the opening riff is the most black metal riff they've ever had. Because it's all tremolo picking and it has those like semitone variations that are so creepy and have so much tension.
I felt like the whole part of the whole first part of the song before the first chorus was very black metal. It's like their sound production is Lorna Shore and like their style of riffing is kind of Lorna Shore, but the dynamic with the drums and the flat tone of the music is very, very, very black metal.
When they switch to the running riff, that is very much Lorna Shore.
And for the part at the end, for the breakdown, we can definitely say he's moved from doing just Will Ramos style vocal gymnastics to doing Dickie Allen style vocal gymnastics.
I actually thought he stole a bit of the terrible rolling R.
I could kind of see that, but I didn't think it during that breakdown.
It made me think very much of like Alex Terrible's kind of stuff. And it wouldn't be surprising because like Alex covered Lorna and said that he admired Lorna, so it makes sense to tribute Alex back.
I'm gonna go out on a limb and say that's not what they were thinking and that's not what they did and you're wrong. Also, I'm
allowed to be wrong.
I'm going to go out on a limb here and guess that they needed to buy as many bottles of tomato sauce as Diddy had baby oil.
Flesh God Apocalypse did the raining blood thing better.
I mean, Slayer did the raining blood thing the best, if we're being honest.
Well, they did it in the song the best, but in the video, I mean.
Yes.
I'm talking about Blood Clock.
Yes.
Go listen to it. Also, which birth scene is more gory? This one or Ik kom uit het graf?
I think Ik kom uit het graf because you have more time to see it
Yeah.
play out and it's less theatrical and flashy.
Ooh, also the critter that poked out of her, like the shape of the face was very similar to the critter that's made of like evil demon dust into the earth that comes out of the dude during the sleep paralysis thing.
I don't know who in the band has a love for gory stuff, but you should seek help a little bit.
I don't think they have a love for gory stuff. I think they're exercising their own traumas and paranoias in the gory stuff, probably.
All three singles were very different.
I think this is my favorite one.
Okay, I'm gonna go with Unbreakable.
Are we done here?
No. So if you enjoyed this reaction, we'd greatly appreciate the likes and shares. And if you want to see more, don't forget to subscribe.
With bell.
Thank you very much for stopping by. We hope you enjoyed your stay, and we'd love to see you back at the Windmill very soon. Corpse is out.